Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good whatever it may be when you are tuning in. But thank you for tuning into the Brunch Gimmick. I nailed the intro today, you guys. I unmuted the mics. I made sure I looped the video. I did really, really well on like turning on the video versus, see, I'm just proud of myself. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a really good day.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to see you on the screen. It is good to see you in the chat. If you're here, let us know. Throw us a like, throw us a subscription, throw us a follow, throw us everything you possibly can. Because if we hit, let's go for 20. Go for 20 likes. We'll give you another individual that'll be making their way to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Not for February 23rd's LPW 23, which is just convenient. But for next month, our anniversary show, March 29th, LPW 24. 24 hours to go. Man, it's convenient. Now that we're getting into actual numbers, we're really starting to nail this branding out of the park as per you, Zach. How are you, friend? It's good to see you.
Good.
Welcome to Brunch.
You know, you say that out loud, and I'm trying to think, like, what are we going to do for LPW 25? Like, what's a good music/punk rock pun?
Johnny Cash had like 25 minutes to go, but I also don't think we can do like just to go twice in a row.
To go.
We've got to stay. LPW 26, should we stay or should we go? LPW 27, presented by the Go-Go's. See, there's a lot we can do for the rest of the year. Anyways, sorry, I'm talking too much again already.
What does a cloud wear under its coat?
What?
Thunderwear. I'm just.
Lawrence, how are you doing, friend?
I'm good. I am exhausted, but good.
Just here to acknowledge Lawrence as the B2B.
I was gonna say I noticed you were wearing sunglasses hopping in. Are you tired, or are you tired because of your decision making last night on the first of a long weekend?
A little column A, a lot of column B, I would say.
All right. Column B.
Yeah.
Well, let us know, Dustin. Like you said, it's good to see you in the chat. Thank you for hopping in. I will see you this weekend, of course, for LPW times CWS number 11 and for LPW 23. Make sure you pick up your tickets for that. But heck, we're not here to just put ourselves over. Brother. chat some wrestling. There's a lot coming up. We're on our way to the Elimination Chamber. Shout out to Josh Robinson, who is going to be heading there, doing some coverage for Love Wrestling. But speaking for ourselves, we've got the men's Elimination Chamber match completely set. I want to kick it off there because there are a lot of contenders here. I don't know how we're going to get The Rock versus Seth Rollins out of this, but Bobby Lashley, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Kevin Owens are all in the Elimination Chamber. Lawrence, I'll put you on the spot early because I know that you are obviously of sound mental state right now. Who is your early pick to win this year's Elimination Chamber matchup?
Drew McIntyre.
Drusif?
And then he will then reveal that he is The Rock the entire time. And that's how we get and that's how we get Seth versus The Rock.
He's just, Seth's going to win the Elimination Chamber. The Rock's going to come out in that silly little vest and shake Drew's hand, whisper in his ear, and Drew is going to hand the match over to The Rock.
That would be so good. Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, isn't this miserable? We said before you hopped on, Zach, into the little pre-show room that we weren't going to talk about The Rock. It took us like 4 minutes.
Yep.
How can you not?
It's a record, personal record. We've lasted 4 minutes. I hear that's
Guys,
a long time.
I really think we need to bring back phrasing. Yeah, JPJ, good to see you hopping in with It's Drew as well. It's Christian. I'm on the game today. I'm making up for Lawrence's usual wit and skill. I don't know. I really don't know if it's going to be Drew McIntyre. I think he would be my personal pick, but like, if he hasn't re-signed a contract yet, are you going to do that? I just really don't know. I don't know if you want to take that risk with something as important as your main championship outside of Roman Reigns' Universal Championship.
I didn't know this championship was important.
Hey, we've had this discussion.
I know we have.
No, but like,
still waiting for it to matter.
I don't know. I've got myself
but if it's not Drew, I think
in the world.
I think we talked about Logan and LA Knight seems to be the match for the United States Championship. So you can maybe do that in the chamber, like make that happen. So it's got to be Drew, right? We'll run back Drew and Seth. Bobby Lashley would be fun though.
Lashley would be neat. I loved me some Bobby Lashley. Anybody who knew me when we started this site, like I've come around on Big Bad Bob.
Bobby Lashley.
I didn't like him very much for the first couple of years with his run with WWE, right up until the Lesnar stuff. Like I don't know how much. I shouldn't even say the Lesnar stuff. The Hurt Business was rad. There we go. But like, he's been on another level for me. I think the guys. It's pretty cool because they try to turn him heel, and the guys just everybody loves him. Everybody loves Bobby, much like Pluggo. Logan Paul.
The littlest Pluggo.
Could you see Randy Orton? What are you going to have him do at WrestleMania?
Yeah, could you Randy and Seth?
And Seth and Randy would be really, really neat at this point.
I know, since you're not doing Randy and Cody at WrestleMania now.
Well, and you can't do Ted DiBiase Jr.
No, he's busy.
Yeah.
He's a little tied up. But again, that brings me back to Kevin Owens. That guy has main evented WrestleMania 2 years in a row. What are you going to have for that guy 3 years? Right? They've run it a couple of times. I don't know. I feel like one of them will be due for a heel turn here sooner rather than later. Seth Rollins, as great as he is as a baby face, that guy is at his best when he's a heel. I think you could maybe work him into a bit of a heel turn out of this one too. There's a lot you can do coming out of this, but I'm going to go with Kevin Owens just to be different.
Kevin Owens would be really cool, but you got to consider he's like working right now with something like a fractured foot or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if like somewhere between Chamber and WrestleMania he gets written out, put heat on somebody else, and he unfortunately misses this year's WrestleMania. I wouldn't be surprised. Not naturally, not what I want.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
that's
happy.
the thing.
No.
Smiles on faces, you guys. Smiles on faces. Oh God, this sounds just terrible. That sounds like something I really, really no. Love you, Dave. No, I don't want that whatsoever. I'm gonna take the phrase when I was on In the Weeds the other day. They called me out for this. Who can name Karrion Kross's group?
Oh,
Final Testament.
Yeah, there.
There you go. You're the first person who said it with any semblance of quickness to it.
There was a lot of doubt as I percolating as I said that too. I'll be honest. I'm gonna go top up my coffee. I'll be right back.
I was really gonna say some Bible bullshit. Like it's gonna be some Bible reference.
Yeah, I really like Karrion Kross as a wrestler. I hope that this is what they want to be doing between him and Scarlett, and then obviously AOP and Paul Ellering, but it's just not clicking. No. I don't know what it's gonna take. Like, you talk about all-time great poor decisions. Talk about like a double negative there, but like, Karrion Kross coming out in that red gear, like I loved him and in his first NXT run. I really, really did. But it hasn't clicked since he came out in that red helmet and looked like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Cross. Like I did not enjoy that whatsoever. It's gonna take a lot, and this just isn't hitting for me.
It's hard nowadays to pull off the supernatural gimmick too. Like they were doing that whole he was throwing fireballs and Scarlet, this, that. It's hard. It's not easy. I don't know why they keep trying to do it.
Because I think that if there is anybody that can pull it off, he's one of the guys that can. I don't doubt that at all. I just don't know if this is really. This isn't. It's not clicking for me. I really can't put it any better, and that's not for a lack of talent on a lot of people's ends.
Yeah, like I think this is the best chance to finally get him over with teaming him with AOP. Just like the thing I find weird about it is that their group has 2 managers. Like, yeah, you don't know which one. Like,
and like
it
3
seems a little,
people who talk.
Yeah.
Like,
you also need to
give
Karrion
Kross.
Big wins.
Kross couldn't cut. Yeah, and if Karrion Kross couldn't cut a promo, again, different story. But like, I really enjoy Karrion Kross on the mic.
Didn't you have that feud with like Orton or was it Drew? And it was like, just let him have the win decisively. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think that was with Jeff Hardy. I think that's the feud that you.
Oh, geez, I forgot about that.
Oh,
yep, there you go. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry to.
You can't get a win. You can't get a win over Jeff Hardy. What are you doing? Jeff Hardy's fine. He doesn't need the wins. Give it to Karrion Kross.
Young upstart Jeffrey Hardy. Jeffrey Nero Hardy. Nero's just a cool middle name. I'll use it every time I can. Anyone else? Anyone differ? We've got a Drew McIntyre. Do we have a 2 McIntyre plug-out? I think you picked up a 2.
Yeah.
Who else? I'm going with Kevin Owens. I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna be a good Canadian, unlike famous French Canadian hater now, Lawrence.
Why do you hate
He's got no response.
See? Yes. I'm glad I did that.
It's nice to see I'm not the only one that gets
just like the province of Quebec, I separated myself from the rest of the Canadians. That's a 1995 referendum, baby.
Hey, there we go. You're getting a bit of a history lesson here on the Brunch Gimmick. Anyone else? Zach was so mad about the 1995 referendum that he took off.
Oh man, I have coworkers that are still real mad.
I would have voted no.
They do not like bringing up that they did not win.
I'm going with Kevin Owens. Zach can give his pick when he comes back, but obviously not all that's coming out of ye ol' SmackDown. Did you see what The Rock was cooking this week?
I saw what The Rock was wearing. Yeah. Hollywood Rock's in full effect, baby.
Looked like Goldingo. for you Pokemon fans out there.
He looked like something. I was like, oh, all right.
I
noticed the Super Sleuths are out saying when he said losers, he pointed at Roman and he's holding up this instead of the ones. So
I honestly think it's because his hand is too big to close.
The Rock,
he's like, nope, it's not happening. It's an L
The
now.
Rock is an inside agent.
Yeah.
I think that's what the prevailing theory has started to become, is that The Rock is an inside agent. Maybe The Rock just doesn't know how to do the bloodline logo or symbol after 4 years of being involved. After this 4-year storyline that The Rock's been in, no, like I'm not gonna work myself.
I noticed
again
a
on this
giant
one. I just
boulder
don't.
in the ring for the last 4 years, and I never thought to make the connection.
I feel like they should just redcon him in and just like superimpose him in the back of everything
Behind
the
Sami
entire
Zayn.
time, just like
Yeah.
coming back.
Like I said,
like-
it'd be pretty cool if they ended up going with like sort of again an inside agent sort of thing where The Rock screws the bloodline from within and Cody Rhodes is the one to yada yada.
Yeah.
Again, I am always happy to change my opinion if something is cool enough to change my opinion. Like, I think that's something that gets really lost in wrestling. Yeah, I'll complain. I didn't enjoy the press conference. I didn't enjoy a lot of stuff, but that changed my mind. I've been shut up by pro wrestling before, and that's the greatest thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So if they turn this around and Cody gets a big win at WrestleMania, and cool, I will be psyched.
And the
about
beers
that.
are actually being able to be sold during the event. You're gonna be just happy.
Hey, that was
as well.
SummerSlam. That was SummerSlam. That was a different story, and that was Allegiant Arena. So if WrestleMania is there next year, I am going to be making sure that my bases are covered, so to speak, getting in there. I wonder if we'll get a rock concert at some point before WrestleMania. Honestly, if they don't do it as like a full Partridge Family sort of band with like Solo grooving on the bass, I'll be furious. Like,
Huge pop.
that's what we need. Is we need a full Partridge Family of the Bloodline.
Nah.
Roman's like just back there grooving on the drums. You know,
Everyone
Jimmy
knows,
seems like a guitar player.
Everyone knows Solo's a sax man. That has sax man written all over it.
I'm a sax man.
Man.
Skibidi-bidi-bidi-bidi-bop.
I'm a Zax man because he does really good graphics for
But like I would say,
Oh,
if
Thank you, Pluggo. That's very sweet.
I try.
you find out at Mania
I mean,
that
cheap pop for you, Pluggo, but okay.
that
I'll take it.
Cody. If we find out at Mania that Cody gave up his initially gave up his WrestleMania spot as a way of getting The Rock inside the bloodline so he can tear down the bloodline from within, like it'd be a massive stretch, but it actually kind of makes sense the whole situation.
Are we sure Cody's not
Like-
in the bloodline?
At this point, we are all in the bloodline. We are all somehow related by blood, by some deal that the High Chief made years ago. We're all members of the bloodline now.
I would hazard a guess that he's not. I mean, Lawrence, I respect your opinion. I do not believe Cody Rhodes is in the bloodline.
Have you seen his? Have you seen his 23andMe? You don't know.
You don't know.
0.0001%.
Maybe when he
Samoan.
said wrestling is more than one royal family, he was talking about the Samoan dynasty this
Yeah.
whole time. Long-term storytelling, brother. He did end racism on that promo in Dynamite.
Cody's just going to bring the Von Erichs in, and that's what's going to happen there. And
Ross
see, you know what?
and Marshall
Again,
are doing
just gonna throw this one out there. Nobody is debating the fact that the Harts are the royal family here, which is the true case. Canada stayed out of this one because we know we'd win if we got
Fun
involved.
fact, I had to teach Owen asked me what Bret Hart's finisher was the other day. I had to teach him what a sharpshooter was.
Nice.
I was like, first of all, how do you know who Bret Hart is? He's not like he watches a lot of old time wrestling, and he's like, I need to know what his finisher is, Dad. And I said, he does the
Owen-
sharpshooter.
Owen watches the content here on Love Wrestling.
Yeah.
You
Owen.
should too. Make sure you throw us a like, a subscription, a follow. Where are we at
Attaboy,
the
Owen.
likes? I don't have the
Owen's figuring it out.
YouTube
9.
app and or channel. We're at 9. We're halfway
According to my
there.
Boost- according to my
We're
Boost
at the
Mobile.
Bon, we're at the Bon Jovi point.
Right.
Halfway there. Woo! All right, thanks, guys. I thought that was going to be a thing.
Living on a
Oh,
prayer.
If you guys would show up to the pre-show meetings, you would have known that at the exact moment we were going to do that.
No. No. Sorry, I had coffee to top up.
Well, you missed out.
I'm multitasking. I'm sorry. I'm like
Yeah.
literally working shoot job stuff while I stream with you boys.
That's okay. How's the shoot job, Zach? Give us a little insight
it's
into the
okay.
world of Zach. All right, there we
No,
go.
I mean,
Great answer.
That's
That's a
We
real
got
hockey
10.
player
But
answer.
keep quiet,
Yeah,
so
you know we
that's
gotta
all
get.
I'll say.
Yeah, you know we gotta get pucks in deep, and we got to. We got to just make sure that we're putting the biscuit in the basket.
Got to
Anyways,
take out the trash. That's what the varsity does best. They take out the trash.
the varsity.
That's from Mighty Ducks, man.
Oh, thank you.
Jeez.
Apologies. I haven't watched her in a while.
Yeah,
Where
she's
do we want to
being
go? I've got a couple of notes. One certainly less positive and a quick and easy discussion. And also, Rob Van Dam is appearing on the 420 Dynamite, which is just funny.
Yeah.
I want to go with that.
Do you think he's a little disappointed that he can't just stay home and smoke that day, or is there like Tony's like, we don't care, smoke away while you're here?
I think Rob Van Dam is a person who is very smart at making money.
Yeah.
And I think he is probably going to go in and make oodles of money.
You're gonna make me work on my holiday? Stop.
Yeah, but like Mick Foley works on Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? Gobbledygooker showed up for the Thanksgiving Survivor Series. I think it comes with the territory.
Okay.
It really, really does. I had to go to FedEx on Valentine's Day.
I'm trying to make the connection.
Because my last name is Love, you see.
Aww.
Yeah. So that,
Wait, how's that work? Oh!
I just got it. It's for Love Wrestling. It's I get it. It's because you enjoy wrestling as well. Holy shit! I can't believe it.
It's got a 2-layer effect. It's like, you know, when you're walking up to someone's house and they've got like a couple of bushes, it sort of gives the implication that the house is elevated. Yeah,
they have
that
bushes,
sort of thing.
or the house has bushes?
The house.
Are they carrying bushes? Oh.
No, I guess technically, like, do you really own the bushes, or are you just maintaining the bushes?
Oh, we're just maintaining the bushes here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I didn't put those things in.
Rip sighting.
Yep. He just finished up eating his Kong of peanut butter, and eventually he is going to go to his CRATE because I have running around to do today. As you can tell, I am completely reorganizing all my office. See, this is it. This is that. JPJ didn't get to do a full tour while he was here, Pluggo, so there's your little inside scoop skis. But that's going to be my task. So I have to go.
Did you lock him in the dungeon or something?
The Wild World. See, this is the shoot job for Spencer, Zach. I have to go and pick up binder tabs and labels this afternoon. Potentially a couple more binders. And then I have to pick up some, I don't know what you call them, like the card holders, because I ended up finding a bunch of like old Pokemon cards. Fun fact, actually, these ones are French, because I got them while I was in France. So Psyduck is Psycho Quack. And that's a shoot. Psyduck is Psycho Quack in French. We are doing history. We are doing Duolingo here on Brunch. Don't ever say we don't teach you shit here. Don't ever say that. You're learning.
This is almost exciting as the feet talk yesterday at For Exposure.
In Quebec.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. We got to really make sure that that's behind the Patreon paywall. If
I told Boris, I said people pay for that.
Yeah, like people pay for the toesies. Okay,
We just gave them away for free.
Don't need
No
to let
free
people in on the
feet.
inside. There we go.
It was for
You can't spell feet without fee.
That's right. We tried to tell him the voice of
Put it on a
LPW.
shirt.
He went rogue.
Put that on a shirt. That'll be the only thing we sell on the Love Wrestling OnlyFans. There is going to be no lewd content. It'll just be the shirt that says you can't spell feet without fee.
I am not designing this. Full stop on that.
You will do what we say. You will become one of us, Zach.
Would you do it? Would you do it for a Klondike bar?
Would you do it? Yeah. See. Ooh.
I'm doing some soul searching, guys.
These are the limits.
Zach is the only one here at Love Wrestling who has any shame or dignity left. He's it. It's the last one.
What do you mean left? That implies I had any to start off with.
That's what he's the only one that has any. Come on, join us, Zark. Come to the dark side.
The Zark
More
side.
feet. I need you to start hiding toes in all sorts of graphics.
God,
I
no.
don't want
No,
that at all.
absolutely
That
not.
That
Yeah,
sounds like a bad idea.
sounds like
Off to a bad start with your pitch.
I think it's a great
Off
idea.
to a real bad start there, Pluggo. I don't know how much I like that one.
You don't have to watch Fork Tozier Saturday mornings. Well, this is the show we wanted to do anyway. What's up, Florence? Oh, hey guys, it's me, Pluggo. If you want more feet,
I don't
and
want
more
you
feet
here alone.
content, yeah.
I don't need you here alone. That's the last thing we need here. That is absolutely the last thing we need here. Thank you for coming to our dumb little corner of the internet for the Brunch Gimmick friends. We'll get to wrestling here at some point. I'm certain of that. Eventually, we'll get back to wrestling. And stay tuned because we will be watching LPW 22's Scramble match featuring Jack Pride, Jody Threat. Oh, man. There we go. That's the cough I was waiting for. Jack Pride, Jody Threat, Michael. I was going to do the pose, but I'm not. Michael Allen, Richard Clark.
That's right.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. But we are here to deliver the content that you love. Wrestling. Anyways, heading into the Elimination Chamber. What else have we got announced? I really am surprised, to be honest with you, that for such a major show, we don't have
like 3 matches
out there. If you guys can indulge me for a second, I'll pull up what we do officially have announced here. Elimination Chamber 2024. I'm real excited, to be honest with you. There is nothing I am going to enjoy more than being able to just wake up and lay in bed at like 3:30, 4 in the morning and have a good little brunch and watch a WWE pay-per-view. Same sort of thing when like Wrestle Kingdom's on or anything like that. Like the UK shows, you get a little of that, but they're still early enough that like mostly you'll have to be out of bed.
I think Lawrence and I are doing a watch along.
Yep.
We're going to be up pajama partying with possibly Ophelia Payne. She said she wanted. I think she's there.
Hey, Burrito. When did Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate get a tag team name? Because the first thing that I'm seeing here, the Judgment Day versus the New Catch Republic.
I didn't see that.
It's not a bad name. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I will need to go back and watch on that end of things to figure out what's going on. We've got the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Battle Royal winner, who I think they recently called up from NXT, but I don't know. Must be one of those NIL athletes. I've never heard of Battle Royal winner. Becky Lynch is inevitable there, right? Yeah. This is some Thanos shit. Yeah. There's absolutely no way. If she doesn't win the Elimination Chamber, I will be just as confused as I was the last time someone won a match that was supposed to guarantee them a shot at a championship at WrestleMania, and they changed that entirely out. But that hasn't happened recently, thank goodness.
Wendy Richter comes out, and Becky Lynch gives her spot. I'm coming for you, Rhea, but not at WrestleMania.
Coming for you, Wendy. Oh, Wendy! Got Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax, which I do want to chat about a little bit. And then, of course, the aforementioned Men's Elimination Chamber match. I wouldn't be shocked if Nia Jax wins this one.
Yeah.
I would be.
I would say because like
I wouldn't be shocked because you have a built-in history with Nia Jax and Becky Lynch as well too. I don't see Rhea Ripley out of the women's championship match, but I could see her going in as the challenger because there's no way that Rhea's not going to get a huge reaction in Australia. And like, she's already getting cheered. Don't get me wrong there, but like this could be just a forced babyface turn on their end. You give Nia a lot of heat. Becky Lynch has the history with Nia Jax. Rhea Ripley is a challenger heading into WrestleMania. There's not really a triple threat on the card quite yet.
I see it. I don't know if I like it, but I see it.
I don't know how much I love it. Don't get me wrong. I always think the money is in singles matches. There really aren't many triple threat matches that I've dreamed about, anything like that. And Rhea versus Becky sells itself. But I think in this situation where they've done a really good job with Nia Jackson's bringing her back. I think this could get her a lot of heat coming out of, again, a real major show.
I was going to say, the Australian crowd would not be happy.
I wouldn't be shocked. The Australian crowd would be furious.
You would have to main event it.
You would get some Roman Reigns versus Taker stuff coming out of next Monday Night Raw.
You'd have to main event the match or they'll take over the show.
But do you really think, even if Rhea wins, Rhea gets a big win, and then what are you going to do? Have and this is by no means a shot at anyone, but have Drew McIntyre win the Elimination Chamber? I think Rhea's going to main event anyways.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
I think Rhea Ripley, yeah. I think it would be a disaster in front of that crowd, says JPJ. I think it would be exactly what they would be looking for coming out of it.
Something to talk about, something big. Maybe Rhea needs more adversity in her story. They love
I don't know. And usually I wouldn't advocate for like changing a title right before WrestleMania when someone's like, it's not like Rhea Ripley would lose any momentum winning here. You know what I mean? Going into a main event against Becky Lynch would be huge too. But theoretically, you've got a bunch of singles matches that are going to happen for all of the main championships, other than tag team championship, obviously. But usually you're not just going to see, like any WrestleMania card, you're going to have a triple threat match or a fatal four-way or something like that that's thrown in.
Yeah.
Right? You want to get as many people on the card as you possibly can. You know, wrestling isn't a meritocracy, to steal some words, but you do tend to try and get as many people on the card as you can when they've earned that spot. And again, Nia Jax, I think, has earned that spot. She's been great. They've really, really presented her well since coming back almost a year ago. So I don't know.
I don't hate it, but I think it's crazy. That makes sense.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Argument.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't have my jaw dropped if Nia Jax wins.
Because I also feel like they've been building, like especially after her beating Becky, they've been building her as a monster again, and to do exactly what they always do with her, which like build her up, then she loses a big payoff match, and we're back to square one. Like I feel like the best thing for Nia at this point is for her to win, and then do the triple threat at Mania.
I think so. Dustin right here too. Nia could win. Rhea could take someone up before the chamber, take their place in the match. Triple threat at WrestleMania after Becky enters the picture. To be honest, I think it's even as simple there as Becky's a fighter.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley's someone who would want her title back, and Nia Jax has to defend at WrestleMania.
Plus you get
right. Bayley, has already made her pick. So Becky, who already wants to fight Rhea Ripley, has no issue with Rhea trying to enter the picture. Rhea's getting her not automatic title rematch, but let's call it is what it is. And Nia Jax has to defend at WrestleMania anyways.
Yeah. Plus you can have Becky beat Nia and like her finally getting a win over Nia, and you could continue the feud with Becky and Rhea because she never beat Rhea for the title.
Yeah. I think there's a lot you can do with that. Yeah. And again, there's a lot you can do with just Becky and Rhea. And Rhea Ripley beating Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, which I think would happen if you go to the singles match. Yeah. That would cement Rhea Ripley. You know what? No shade to any of her opponents thus far, but like Becky Lynch is a star on another level.
Yeah.
She really, really is. So
beat Charlotte last year, beat Becky this year, that would be huge.
Exactly. Yep.
I like it. I think you're crazy, but I like it.
I think I'm convincing myself the more I talk about it, but that might just be like my own confirmation bias with it. Let's get real. Like
you're like, this was really off the wall, but I got to stand by it because it's out there now.
Honestly, like I'm very 50-50. I wouldn't be shocked either way.
Pluggo.
That's the best way I can put her. That's yes. You know what? Screw it. I'm convinced. I'm calling Nia Jax. There we go. I'll stand by my
right
I'll stand by my prediction.
If she wins, are you going to do you'll need to take like a video of like your own victory lap or something?
No, you know what? I will just come on here smugly next week.
There we go.
I will be back on this show next week for sure, with no voice because I will be hosting shows on Thursday and Friday at the Rec.
Talking all sorts of smack.
Pick up your tickets at tixr.com/love wrestling. They're very, very limited for both February and March. And then I will hop on Sunday morning.
Dressed like The Rock.
Very tired. I was trying to find a vest. I will be honest with you, but the only vests I have are like puffy vests. Like
that's fine.
For like
that'll help.
Lauren. I'll
only-
do that next week.
The only
That's-
muscles The Rock has are puffy muscles. So there you go. You do the
I-
opposite. You go puffy vest, no muscles. He goes big muscles, small vest. There you go.
I mean, I don't hate the logic.
There you go. See?
You may
So
have
that-
just convinced me for another. Look at this.
Oh, look at here. I'm just over here printing money for Love Wrestling, you know? Just over here printing money. Next week, shirtless Spencer in nothing but a vest and some sunglasses because he picked Nia Jax to beat Rhea Ripley in Australia. Look it. I need that graphic.
What is becoming of this show?
You guys
I think we've
didn't.
said, but I
You
honestly
guys
think we've-
didn't tell
Zach,
me to come on. You said you should have told me to stay away.
Zach, we've said that about I think every show that we've got here on Love Wrestling in the last little bit. What has become of our silly little quiz show? If we ever write a Love Wrestling musical, that'll be the title of like my ballad. What has become of my silly little quiz show?
I think this has become a Peabody Award winner.
No, go on.
And I think we're on the track.
What's a Peabody? Isn't that like the dog from Peabody and Sherman?
Yeah.
Sherman was the kid, right?
Yes, I think Peabody was the dog. Mr. Peabody.
Have you ever met anyone named Sherman? The only other Sherman I can think of is like the Shermanator from American Pie.
The actor
I know
Sherman Helmsley.
a last name.
There's a name that's
there you
really
go.
a name that's really fallen off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sherman was a name that was out there when kids were still talking like, yeah, see? You know what I mean? Like talking
Hasta
like
la vista, Jessica. I love that. American Pie, Shermanator.
Yeah.
Jessica's
All
like,
right,
you
fellas.
realize that
Actually,
movie's like
off?
20 years old.
What was that, Zach?
He's getting out of here.
I actually gotta take off. Enjoy the rest of your stream. I will see you all in the coming days, I'm sure.
Bye, Zach.
Bye, Zach.
Zach.
We miss
Zach's,
you.
Zach's
already.
last brunch gimmick appearance of all time just happened right there
Yeah.
unceremoniously.
He
Yeah,
hates us.
No, an American Pie too. And Jessica comes up to him, he's like, Sherman, that movie's like 20 years old, dude. You can't honestly think a girl's gonna go for it. And he's like, can't compute. Hasta la vista, Jessica. And he like walks away.
I haven't watched American Pie 2 in a long, long while.
And
I've
then it
watched a
ended up
lot of
working
Bluey
for him.
lately.
No.
Well, yeah, because like you've got a nickname like the Shermanator. Let's get real here. Anyways, anyone want to watch some wrestling, and then we can get to her here. This is a bit of a longer match. What with, of course, being an absolute train wreck.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Mars the Specialist.
I had announced 3 shows this week.
By the way,
Ophelia hopping in. Peabody Awards for the most powerful and invigorating stories in any form of media. I'll nominate that music.
oh, there you go.
There we go. See?
We decided last night that Mars the Specialist has the best feet in LPW. We just assumed, by the way.
You mentioned it, 10 successful title defenses.
Why, Pluggo?
Stats
Just
are
because
stats
we,
for a
I,
reason.
You did,
my
you,
ration-
did, you did the 7 backwards.
He has held
Yeah,
on
no,
to that
now it's there.
title.
Because he's a short king. He's closer to his feet, so he takes better care of him than taller people.
Starting
And like
off
less
with this
physical.
counter
Well, Mars is like a buff dude, so I don't know if I would say like
This
less
challenge
physical
is T.Y.
impact.
Jackson.
Right.
You know,
just-
but I would assume that taller
Sure, it is
people.
no
I guess it would depend how he
coincidence
walked
Drake
as well.
is gold
Whether you're
Yeah.
on the soles of your feet versus the
bringing
heel
that
versus
championship to Rads.
the front. I don't know what you call that. Not the toes.
The
but
ball,
like
the balls of your feet.
The balls of your feet. There we go. Feet balls.
Yep, the feet ball. Good old feet balls.
Yep.
I
Somebody
still
should
don't know
start a
how
sport
I am
like that.
employed here.
Someone should start a sport.
Believe, like the Hatfields and the McCoys, like
Feet
Batman
balls,
and
no.
Joker, 7 in the
Just
row,
one.
destined to fight forever.
Just the
We're
singular.
gonna write a
Soccer.
chapter and
We're gonna
find
call it
clear cut in
soccer.
our opening contest. I'm here for it.
There's T.Y. Jackson,
I'm
baby.
not saying something when Jack
Big
Pride
stud
has
that
walked
T.Y.
through this
Jackson
roster
is.
with 10
Very big
defenses.
stud.
That means
Nicest
there'll be
guy in the world.
Literally 40 or
Possible.
50 competitors over the last few years.
Every
Yeah.
match he's gone into,
Yeah, I would 100%
he
put him in
has been
contention.
The underdog, just based on the numbers.
Nice hockey jersey there, Spencer.
Thank you. I really appreciated that from
No,
the
I
Oil
was
Kings, to be honest with
disappointed.
you. It
I
was
was
cool to
under
get
the
to bring that out.
At
Yeah.
the Oil Rumble that Shigak Barshabazz was going to debut a new bow tie.
I will say, too,
And I was
Sheik,
disappointed to find that bow tie not around
he's
the
got
neck.
probably my, well, it
Shabazz
changes.
did not come
It's like when
alone.
you say your favorite song. You've probably got like
He
5 or
rarely
6. He's got one of my favorite themes in Love Pro. And he
There's
doesn't get
my-
to use it all that often, his singles. You hope that Mars guy wins. Good luck. I haven't watched this match. I went to the back and immediately had to scream at Pluggo over the phone for spending all the budget.
Think
He
we
did the
found
same,
it.
he said the same thing
Welcome.
on Quizplex and it didn't work then.
Won this one.
I had written, and I had proclaimed that this was the most loaded Scramble Championship match of all time.
There have been a few. I would really put this one in contention for that too. I think LPW 9 had a really great scramble. This month's got a really great scramble. Like Assassino being in there, Dean Richter being in there. I'm very excited to have Amir Jordan back this month. That's just going to be really great. Obviously, you guys saw him at 17. What a great pro wrestler and what a great person to have as part of a roster too. And then of course Mars and Pride and T.Y. Jackson. Like you can put those three in pretty well any match with any combination of each other, and they're going to do some cool ass shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mars the Specialist, your Quizplex champion from last month.
Outgoing. The new one is the other short.
Or did Reed win? I can't ever tell those two apart.
Reed won this month.
Are we sure?
Let's go.
Jody Threat rules.
Yeah.
I tweeted that out during this match. It was while she does her cool little dive. I'm trying not to spoil it. That's why I'm just.
I thought you didn't watch
I'm
this
being
match.
vague.
You were too busy yelling at me.
I watched it back afterwards, but not the finish. I make sure I don't watch those. It's like WWE, you know, when you see the replays on just like regular TV, you never see them count free. You got to tune in live for those.
House of Fire, the Crimson Hair, the Crimson Locks.
There's Big Bad
The Crimson Lion.
Now, this is a big
Aha.
responsibility, but I know you're
Rip.
up for this.
Dude,
my man.
does this look like it's my first time?
No, you're a bell ringing veteran.
A bell ringing veteran.
Jody Threat putting up her dukes in a
Dash
row.
is now, which is kind of nice. It takes some time. People forget when they're on commentary, because I certainly forgot the couple of times that I hopped on. Like you forget to ring the bell sometimes.
I went to a show where they forgot to bring the bell, and so they just went ding, ding, ding. Somebody yelled ding, ding, ding at the beginning of every match.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding.
It's wonderful.
I'm very happy to hear that. That's like when people play the bells over their, play it over their phone or that. I don't hate it. Like, shit happens sometimes in indie wrestling.
Caught that super kick. I think Mars was trying to save his own bacon.
Yeah. Mars hopping, and I did verbatim call Jody a fake redhead in this match. That's true. You're a shoot redhead. You're not one of them working redheads.
I don't know.
Sheik Shabazz dispatches the floor. Nice.
Oh, but that foot to the face there, Mars. That can't feel good.
How we are
Doesn't look fun at all.
bloody car crash already.
Scramble match starting off hot.
As they always do, Boris.
Jody Threat
But
on
you
the
know
stage,
that.
reaching for her one
Stolen
true love.
Ginger Valor.
Specialist, Fosbury's
Oh,
over the top,
huge
but
pop.
caught by Paralera. Keep your eye on TY as he takes to the sky.
TY gonna
Excellent.
fly.
An
Jody's
excellent
quick.
call there for Big Bad Boris.
Threat with Brainbuster Brew in tow. Standing high
Oh,
top.
Wrestling and drinking.
Boris.
This guy,
Two things that go very well.
right? I was gonna say, like, how much fun is that?
Cheers,
Please drink
figures.
responsibly, of course. If you're coming out to our events, we want to make sure you come out to future events. So as long as you're coming out, having a good time, and getting home safe, and tipping your bartender, like, let's just get real there.
Oh!
Landing on her
Minimal
feet.
spillage too.
Little or no spillage. Well, there was some spillage, but I mean, come
Like
on.
minimal for the fact that you did a front flip holding the beer.
Yeah.
Minimal
Bruce
spillage.
Swanton.
And like
Oh,
Pride
this
like a
is
bullet
not
though.
gonna end. What is happening?
Jack Pride just
I love
took
these
out
matches. I really
Jody Threat
do.
And her brew.
We're 3 minutes into this thing, and there are chairs, competitors, and fans everywhere.
Michael Allen.
Big drop kick to the
Reeling
back.
off with that drop kick. You could bet he heard every word of what Pride had to say.
Is that JPJ right there? That is JPJ right there.
It is JPJ right there.
I'm not sure exactly what Clark.
I know that guy.
In fact, JPJ right
For a
there.
chair. He's got a chair now.
Not your traditional chair though.
Meeting up with Shabazz
No.
on that staging area.
Somebody's got to get control of this match, ref.
Have a seat,
Hey.
cheeky baby.
That is our 2023 Official of the Year PWA Hall of Famer Mike the Fitz Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, even Hall of Famers strike out once in a while, Spence.
Life being on the back streets of LA.
Oh,
Not Barry Bonds.
It's a mini
get him.
He's a Hall of Famer, right?
Assisted Irish whip.
That kid made that kid's day right there. He should be a Hall of
I'm not
Famer.
mistaken, that is
Yes, he
Mini
should
Cena,
be.
who also helped Michael Allen Richard Clark with his push-up contest.
That kid's more over than I'll ever be.
Steph, Boris, a self-burn. Those are rare.
Who wants push-ups?
Well, that kid can do more push-ups than I can.
Let's go. That's pretty good form, too, I got to tell you.
Ambitious. He's getting right down to business.
This kid might be the 8th or 9th Scramble champion in a few years.
I'll tell you who isn't paid by the hour.
Did you sign that kid, Spencer?
Yeah, we got him on one of those NIL agreements.
One of those Nick Wayne contracts where it's like,
Yeah,
you can't
you know-
work for us yet, but you don't work anywhere else.
Oh no, he can work. He's fine.
Okay, you work. All right.
Get up, you
He's actually 42. He says Moolah.
He's got one of those that Benjamin Button thing.
The enemy of my enemy is
He's
my
the
friend.
short king. He's a short king for now, Mars. Stack him and do
He's
push-ups
cheating.
on him.
It's easy to do a push-up when you're 3 people underneath you.
You know what, Dash? I would respectfully disagree.
No, this is my first time.
He's getting a handful of Thad's butt right there.
And I'll have you mind your own
I hope
business.
Bayrat didn't fart.
A solid 20 push-ups. Bayrat Garani
Poor
dispatched
Bayrat.
back to the locker room. And
I
we'll
don't
get
think it's
back
poor
to our
Bayrat while
regularly
with
scheduled
trying to
chaos.
cheat and all.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
A quick cover trying to
Shakes in a
steal
bad
it.
way.
And that's an
here.
astute point. You know, I can't really
There's
debate
bodies
that.
from one end of this building to the other right now.
To a man, every competitor in this is absolutely wasted already.
And this is just the opening contest. We got tag team titles. on the
Cheeky
line.
Baby probably throws my
Challenge
favorite
championship
clothesline in the
on line.
business.
LPW Grand
He
Championship
jumps
on the
across
line.
like half the ring when he comes for you.
Shabazz
and it's massive.
leaping.
Like literally, he will leap
European
from the middle of the
uppercut,
ring.
extra mustard behind that one.
Don't forget about that gauntlet match.
Yeah, I think Shabazz pride was hurt.
And this is also
no
sick.
pun intended, and that fired him up.
Oh, I love these matches.
Looking for that inverted superplex if he can muscle him over.
What goes up must come down.
Beautifully done. Hooking the leg.
Tash and Boris are on fire. Good stuff.
Oh man, they're really, really great together.
Focus like this
Yeah.
is
I told him that
dangerous.
yesterday on For Exposure. I was like, you guys did a really good job together.
And it is
In between the
full
feet
time.
talk.
Oh,
Yeah. Again, Boris's fault. I got the blame for it, but like Boris started it.
Right in the heart. Vintage Shabazz.
I just-
You exacerbated it.
From the shadows with the sling blade.
I mean, go with what's working.
For Jack Pride.
Hey, that's Mars the Specialist. He's in the chat right now.
Maybe 7 kicks will get the job
I thought that was Reed Matthews. Damn it, you two. Y'all need to do something to differentiate each other.
Nah, Mars is the shoot ginger.
T.Y. Jackson dividing and conquering the Raz.
no.
Mars, are you going to win the scramble match this month? If you're in the chat, answer yes or no. Blink twice if yes.
This is where Jack Pride is the only one in this match.
I can't imagine
with an
that being
ally.
fun.
Ugh.
A textbook tag team wrestling right there.
Yeah, Plug out. Said yeah, he's going to win. You heard it here first.
Advantage of 7 comes in here. These guys are going to have each other's back, you'd hope. Turn around, boys.
Love it.
Ready to put up her shut up.
No, stop it.
Taking out Mars.
Stop it.
Taking out Jack
Sick of it.
Pride.
Jody threat rolls.
Getting wild up in here.
Oh! She put that foot right through his ear.
Oh.
Stacking up 7 against that middle rope.
I'm terrified.
Bang your head. Double knees to the back of Pride.
Boom.
German suplex dumps the champ.
Jody Threat is no joke in this ring, Boris.
Mars, you're not supposed to go there.
Stalling suplex on Psycho.
But he was. I placed the rake after testing its durability.
Damage done, though. Just like a
I wanted it to be
house of
in the
fire.
woods with its
No pun
friends.
Exactly. I didn't break it. I was testing its durability. And then
You want this?
10 likes in 10 minutes and
I
a
think he wants
talent
you.
reveal. Can
We'll
we
some
do it?
push-ups, Boris.
Yes, we can.
We're at 11.
See, maybe they went after it after.
Tell your friends. Like,
Let's go.
subscribe.
Tell your enemies.
22
Tell your
amazing
enemies
live
we're great.
events.
Maybe they should worry about the
If you
wrestling
think we
match and
suck,
winning titles
then you'll be
instead of
doing them a
banging
disservice because they'll be getting some good
They have 2
content.
beers, man.
But
2
maybe
is
you
better
just
than
don't like
1.
us and you sort of think, ha, they won't either, and they'll
Nonetheless,
be
they
wasting
get
their
to crack
time.
those cold ones.
Right.
They're not.
Now, playing
Boof.
human pinball with Jack Pride.
Mars should have pinned him right there. Mars, what were you doing?
Brief truce
Helping. Pluggo.
formed between
Do
I
we
understand.
Fred and Michael Allen.
Well, the bat. See, if you would have went for the pin, you would have got Jody Threat thrown at your ass.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
That is true.
I mean,
You
can't
did.
blame Clark for breaking up
Jody
that
Threat
pinning
did just
attempt.
get thrown at that young man.
Yes.
Not in a scramble match, absolutely not.
Could you imagine just turning over and here comes Jody Threat being launched in your general direction?
Heads up, Buttercups.
Yeah.
Shabazz takes out.
No, thankfully I can't.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that because thankfully a human being's never been thrown at me, which is
Yeah.
nice. Streak I'd like to continue.
Lawrence, have you ever had a human being thrown at you?
That's a lot
Me?
of meat.
I can't remember.
Mars
I feel something would happen to me. I feel one brain.
Okay, that's just some strength,
with
too.
the bridge. Broken
Oh!
up with
Oh, but
style.
that looked like it hurt.
Realized he didn't have time for that springboard. He pulled an audible and still got what he needed. Fans love it. When don't they?
T.Y. Jackson.
T.Y. Jackson,
People's
one of the
champ.
most popular athletes on the LPW roster.
Yeah, the people's champ, if you will. I can't keep track of what's going on here.
I do like
Welcome
having
to
that
the
camera on the
scramble
stage
match
now,
behind
too.
the
Nick does a
microphone.
great job.
Wow, this is a lot of moving parts.
Imagine what these athletes are going through trying to keep up with this.
Right? No, thank you.
Blocks it.
That middle rope superplex.
Unblocks it.
There's a lot of places I'd like to be tonight, and in that ring is not one of them.
Massive double stomp. From
I
Jack
can't
Bryan. Is he
imagine
gonna
getting
keep it
stomped in the
going?
chest.
It is
Feels
over.
pleasant.
Oh,
Oh, 2 count only. That was as close
That's
as I've
out.
ever seen.
0 out of
that's how
5,
Pride wins
or
these
0 out
things,
of 10, I would
exactly
assume.
like that.
Jody Threat back in the ring, facing off with the champ.
Both of them.
He thinks she's
Just Jody Threat.
Jody Threat.
Big block. Big punches.
Firing in a series
Punches
of
in
rights
bunches,
you,
as
Boris,
Pat
she's no
McAfee would
joke.
say, but not that poorly.
Through the legs goes Pride, up and over.
You don't want to get in a fist fight with Jody Threat.
Cut
Spear!
in half.
Big old
Oh my
spear.
God! Oh my
She
God!
had a beer, then she had the spear.
Jack Pride has 2 families. He broke him in
up,
half.
saved by his comrade, by his teammate. Massive gut wrench from Mars.
Also just sick, I will say.
You're not supposed to make me laugh. Look what you made me do.
Oh, poor Mars taking a beating in this match.
T.Y. Jackson.
It's also fun to go through this show and listen to the commentary and pick out all of the Taylor Swift references that you can.
Firing in rights.
Very excited to see what people give us this month because there's going to be a lot of Disney.
What?
Triple jump. Moonsault
Noted.
from Clark. Come on. Like a human bowling ball. Picking up the spare.
There's a lot of water in that pool.
Cannonball. Fireman's carry into the unique power slam.
With authority. Get up. What happened? I can't
Huh?
see.
Mars, the specialist, pulled.
That's
The
smart.
heads
That's heads up.
ring, Saving the title
That's
again.
what we need. Mars has got Pride's back.
Furious at you,
That's
Zach.
why
I'm not going to
seven's
acknowledge your
dangerous.
comment any more than this sentence
Clark
right
again
now.
looking for another one of those superplexes. The Crimson
No, I'll
Tide
read
through
it.
the legs.
So you'll say
Clark
you're
landed on his
welcome.
feet.
Surprised him with that one. Oh. Bounced right off the ropes. Oh!
We completely earlier glossed over Becky, the heel Seth Rollins wanting to fight Maui.
Is this setting the bar tonight, Boris?
Did I mention this is our opening
hell is
contest?
I don't know how The Rock could turn heel while Moana 2 is announced.
Watch T.Y. in your
Like, that
peripheral.
just seems,
Mars helping
that seems
Pride.
like a,
Have a look,
I don't know,
boys.
Back up to his
a
feet.
bad time. A bad
Oh.
time.
Hit that
Oh, the
stunner
double
on
double
both of
stunner.
them. T.Y. going up to the top. Mars right in
Oh.
position.
T.Y.'s gonna
Hit
fly.
that swanton. Going for
One,
the cover.
2.
T.Y.
It's over. What?
Oh! Jack's face
I
is
knew.
amazing.
Mars goes and tries to save Pride to make sure that he does not. And then T.Y. Oh my God. This was not part of the plan. I guarantee you this was not part of the plan.
T.Y. Jackson getting his first taste of gold here in Love Pro Wrestling. And winning that belt from
I
Jack
quite enjoyed
Bryan
that
is
match, as I
definitely
enjoy
better
all
than
of the matches that we
revenge.
put on here, and that's a shoot. I
Fans
honestly
of the
cannot
Rec
think
Group
of one match
finally
put
getting their
out
way because
that I have said that was not neat.
is
No, not going to strike that from the record book. Sorry, Mars.
Look at Jack
But
Bryan literally
got
pointing
the opportunity to
finger.
make up for it this Friday, February 23rd at LPW 23 Slamboat Willie. Make sure you check that out. And Dustin, great minds, my friend. Make sure you come out on Thursday, February 22nd, because not only are we presenting the 11th edition of LPW CWS, featuring a first-time ever matchup between Stephen Crow and Elliot Tyler for the Championship of Salvation, but you're going to get an exclusive first look at Making Kayfabe, a documentary featuring T.Y. Jackson, TFA, MRB, and me, Spencer Love, of course. It was really, really cool to be a part of. We really, really hope you come and check out this exclusive look. But if you can't, make sure you tune in to the doc on CBC Gem starting on February 23rd. Lawrence, where can the people find you here in the next little bit? In the meantime, in the in-between time, is some very good little announcer that I quite like. Said a couple of times to completely undersell it.
It was the greatest tagline ever, Spencer.
It pretty well was, I would say. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can follow me at KartSayNDG on Instagram, Twitter, and everything. And you catch me next Saturday with Pluggo as we wake up at 5 a.m. to watch the Elimination Chamber. And maybe some friends will join us.
In our pajamas.
We will definitely be in our pajamas, in our jammies, with hot cocoa.
I'm gonna order in some brunch, and I'll hop in for like some breakfast in bed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pluggo, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Pluggo _ on Twitter, at Pluggo on all other social media platforms every Thursday night with JPJ between two beards, 8 p.m. Go to at B2Beards on all social medias for that, for show updates, and Saturday mornings 10 a.m. with Blair Pacheco for 4 Exposure, where we talk about the independent wrestling scene and feet, apparently.
Behind the paywall, you can't spell feet without F-E-E, fee.
So I guess go to the
Remember that
Patreon.
going forward. I don't have a lot of good advice, but that's some great goddamn advice, if I do say so myself.
Oh, boy. That's
Friends,
it.
you can find me at Spenny Love on the Twitter machine, but you can find us wherever podcasts are played, videos are viewed. Our excellent content is created by excellent people at Love Wrestling CA. Pluggo mentioned the Patreon. Not only are we throwing up exclusive matches, but we're putting out some talent announcements, some future event announcements on the old Patreon. So head there, patreon.com/Love Wrestling CA, and head to Tixr, TIXR.com/Love Wrestling if you want to pick up tickets to any of our upcoming events, because friends, they're going lickety-split. So make sure you get on top of them lickety-split, pick them up before they're gone. But however you choose to support, whether it's tuning in live, whether it's tuning into our post shows, our non-live streams, or anything in between, it's thoroughly appreciated that you take the time to come hang out with us in our small corner of the internet. For Pluggo, for Lawrence, I have been and will continue to be Spencer Love. We will see you on the next one, friends. Thanks for tuning in.